Hey Cancer, welcome back. I need to share something with you today because the energy coming through in this reading is absolutely necessary for you to hear right now. This is not going to be one of those comfortable readings where I tell you everything is sunshine and rainbows. This is a wake-up call, and honestly, the universe has been trying to get your attention for a while now. So let me just dive straight into what the cards are showing me about your situation. Before I even pulled the first card, I could feel this heavy, confrontational energy in the air. Like something has been building up and it is about to reach a breaking point. And I want you to really listen to what comes through today, because this involves your reputation, your name, and how people see you moving forward. There is someone in your orbit, Cancer, who has some very strong feelings about what went down between you two. And the cards are making it crystal clear that this energy is about to surface in a major way. So I shuffled the deck with your energy in mind, asking Spirit to show me what you need to know about this situation that is unfolding around you. And let me tell you, as soon as I laid these cards out, I knew this was going to be an intense reading. The story here is so specific and so vivid. This is about justice, about truth, and about someone who feels they have been wronged, and they are ready to make sure everyone knows exactly what happened. Let me pull the first card for you. The first card that came out is the Six of Swords. And honestly, Cancer, this tells me that you have been trying to move on from something. You have been in this mental space where you are just done with the drama, done with the back and forth, and you have been actively working to transition away from a situation or a person that was causing you stress. The Six of Swords is all about that movement away from troubled waters toward calmer shores. You have made a conscious decision to leave something behind. Whether that is a relationship, a friendship, a business partnership, or even just a toxic dynamic that was draining you. But here's what I am picking up from this card in the context of this reading. While you have been moving on and trying to find your peace, there is someone else who has not moved on at all. In fact, they are still very much anchored in whatever happened between you two. The Six of Swords shows your journey away, but it also highlights that the energy you left behind is still very much alive and active. This person is not at peace with how things ended. They feel like there are things left unsaid, issues that were never properly addressed, and they are carrying a lot of emotional weight about this situation. What I am sensing here, Cancer, is that you might have thought that by walking away and choosing the high road, everything would just fade into the background. You probably figured that distance and time would heal whatever wounds were there. And for you, maybe it has. Maybe you have genuinely found some peace and moved into a better mental space. But the person you left behind is in a completely different energetic space. They are still processing, still angry, and still very much affected by whatever transpired. The Six of Swords is also interesting because it talks about baggage. Even though you are moving forward, you are carrying memories and experiences with you. And this other person, they are carrying their own version of events, their own narrative about what happened. The problem is that their narrative might be very different from yours. They might see things in a way that puts them as the victim and you as the one who did them wrong. And that perception is what is fueling the energy. That is about to come forward. I also want to mention that the Six of Swords can indicate that secrets are hidden, information are being transported from one place to another. So there is this element of information moving, stories being shared, and narratives being formed. Someone is talking, Cancer. Someone is taking their version of events and they are making sure it gets heard. They are not keeping quiet anymore about what they feel happened between you two. Now, let me pull the second card because I need to understand what this person is feeling and what their intentions are. The second card is the Five of Wands and Cancer. This is where the energy gets really heated. The Five of Wands is pure conflict, pure confrontation, pure chaos. This is not a gentle disagreement or a calm conversation. This is battle mode. This card is showing me that there is going to be a clash, a public or semi-public disagreement where multiple perspectives are going to be thrown into the ring and people are going to have to pick sides or at least witness what is happening. What I am getting from the Five of Wands here is that this person who is upset with you, they are ready to fight. Not physically, but energetically and verbally, they are prepared to go to war, to defend their perspective, and to make sure that their truth is heard. They feel like they have been silenced or dismissed, and now they are coming back with all the receipts, all the emotions, all the pent-up frustration that has been building inside them. This card is also about competition and proving oneself. This person wants to prove that they were right and you were wrong. They want to show others that they were the one who was mistreated, and they want validation from the people around them. There is this need to win in their mind, to come out on top of the situation even if it means creating drama and stirring up old wounds. The Five of Wands also tells me that this is not going to be a private matter. This confrontation is going to happen in a space where others can see it or hear about it. Whether that is social media, mutual friends, a workplace, or a community setting, this is going to become somewhat public knowledge. People are going to be aware that there is tension between you and this person, and some of those people might even get pulled into the conflict, whether they want to be or not. What I find interesting about the Five of Wands in this position is that it shows a lack of resolution. This is not a card of finding peace or coming to an understanding. This is a card of ongoing struggle, of people talking over each other, of egos clashing, and of no one really winning in the end. It is messy, it is uncomfortable, and it is going to require you to decide how you want to engage with this energy. Do you fight back? Do you defend yourself? Or do you stay in your Six of Swords energy and continue moving forward regardless of what is being said behind you? Let me pull the third card to see what the core issue is here, what this is really about at the deepest level. The third card is the Ace of Pentacles, and this is fascinating because it completely shifts the energy of this reading. The Ace of Pentacles is about material resources, new opportunities, financial stability, and tangible outcomes. So whatever happened between you and this person, Cancer, there is a material component to it. This is not just about hurt feelings or emotional wounds. This is about something real, something physical, something that has actual value in the world. This could be about money that was lent or borrowed, a business opportunity that one person got and the other did not, shared resources that were divided unfairly, or even something like a job, a promotion, a project, or a living situation. The Ace of Pentacles shows me that there is something of value at the center of this conflict, and this person feels like they were cheated out of their fair share or their rightful opportunity. What I am picking up is that this person believes you benefited from a situation in a way that left them at a disadvantage. Maybe you moved forward into a new opportunity while they felt stuck. Maybe there was a financial agreement that they feel was not honored properly. Maybe you received recognition or success that they believe should have been shared with them. Whatever it is, they see the Ace of Pentacles in your hands and they feel like it should have been in theirs too, or at least that they should have gotten their piece of it. The Ace of Pentacles is also about foundations and new beginnings in the material world. So this person might feel like you built something new for yourself on the back of what they provided or contributed. They might feel used, taken advantage of, or discarded once you got what you needed. And now that they see you thriving or moving into new opportunities, it is triggering all of this anger and resentment because they feel left behind or exploited. This card is making it clear to me that this is not just emotional drama for the sake of drama. This person has a legitimate grievance in their mind about something tangible that happened. Whether their perspective is completely accurate or not is another question, but in their reality, they feel wronged on a material level, and that is what is fueling this intense energy. Let me pull the fourth card to see how this situation is going to unfold and what you can expect. The fourth card is the High Priestess, and this is where things get really interesting because the High Priestess is all about hidden knowledge, secrets, intuition, and things that exist beneath the surface. So Cancer, there is information that has not been revealed yet. There are layers to this situation that are still hidden, and as this conflict unfolds, more truths are going to come to light. The High Priestess suggests that this person knows something, or believes they know something that they have been keeping to themselves up until now. They have been watching, observing, and gathering their thoughts and their evidence. And now they are ready to reveal what they know. This could be actual factual information, or it could be their interpretation of events, their understanding of what really happened behind closed doors. What I am sensing from the High Priestess is that this person has been in a quiet period, sitting with their knowledge and their pain, processing everything internally. But that silent phase is coming to an end. The High Priestess is about to speak, and when she does, she speaks with authority and conviction because she believes she has access to the truth that others do not see. For you, Cancer, this card is a reminder to trust your own intuition about this situation. You know what really happened. You know your intentions, your actions, and your truth. The High Priestess is telling you not to get so caught up in someone else's narrative that you lose sight of your own inner knowing. Yes, this person is going to say things, make claims, and try to paint a certain picture. But you have your own relationship with the truth, and you need to stand firm in that. The High Priestess also indicates that not everything needs to be said out loud. Sometimes the most powerful position is the one of quiet knowing, where you do not feel the need to defend every accusation or respond to every attack. There is wisdom in silence, in allowing people to reveal themselves through their own actions and words while you remain centered in your own truth. This card is also hinting that the full story is going to become clear eventually, but it might take time. Right now, there is a lot of he said, she said energy, a lot of different versions of events floating around. But as time goes on and as more information surfaces, people are going to start to see the bigger picture. The High Priestess always reveals what is hidden, so trust that truth has a way of making itself known even when it seems buried. Let me pull the fifth card to understand what the outcome of this situation is and how it is going to affect your reputation and your name. The fifth card is the Nine of Swords and Cancer. This is the card of anxiety, worry, sleepless nights, and mental torment. This tells me that this situation is going to weigh heavily on someone's mind and heart. Now, this could be you, it could be the other person, or it could be both of you in different ways. For you, the Nine of Swords might show up as worry about what is being said about you, concern about how this is affecting your reputation, and anxiety about how others are perceiving you in light of this conflict. You might find yourself replaying conversations in your head, wondering if you should have done something differently, worrying about the long-term impact of this situation on your life and your connections. But I also feel strongly that the Nine of Swords is really sitting with the other person in this scenario. This is someone who is tormented by what happened between you two. They cannot sleep peacefully because their mind is racing with thoughts of injustice, betrayal, and anger. They are haunted by the situation, and that mental anguish is what is driving their need to confront you and to make their feelings known to the world. The Nine of Swords is interesting because it often represents the gap between perception and reality. The fears and worries that keep us up at night are often worse than the actual reality of the situation. So while this person is losing sleep over what they believe you did to them, the reality might be far less dramatic or malicious than what they have built up in their mind. For you, Cancer, this card is a warning not to let this situation consume your mental and emotional energy. Yes, it is uncomfortable to have someone speaking negatively about you or confronting you publicly. Yes, it is stressful to deal with conflict and accusations, but you cannot allow this to take over your peace of mind. The Nine of Swords is a trap of the mind, a prison of overthinking and worst-case scenario planning. You need to be aware of what is happening, respond if necessary, but then release it and not let it steal your sleep or your joy. This card also suggests that the truth, when it fully comes out, might cause someone distress. If this person has been operating from a place of assumption or misunderstanding, when clarity finally arrives, they might experience the Nine of Swords as they realize they were wrong about certain things. Or, if there are aspects of the situation where you could have handled things better, you might experience some regret or anxiety about that. Now let me pull the final card to see what the message is for you moving forward, what you need to do to protect your name and your honor through this situation. The sixth and final card is the Ten of Cups. And honestly, Cancer, this is the card I most wanted to see for you at the end of this reading. The Ten of Cups is about emotional fulfillment, harmony, genuine happiness, and having your life aligned with your values and your heart's true desires. This card is telling me that despite all of this drama, despite someone trying to drag your name through the mud and create conflict, you are going to be okay. In fact, you are going to be more than okay. The Ten of Cups is the universe's way of saying that your blessings are not dependent on this person's opinion of you. Your happiness, your success, your relationships, and your future are not determined by whether or not someone is angry with you or spreading their version of events. You are being guided toward your own version of heaven on earth, your own state of deep contentment and peace, and this conflict is just a temporary storm that you are going to weather and move past. What I love about the Ten of Cups here is that it represents authentic joy and genuine connections. So while this one person might be causing noise and trying to disrupt your peace, you have real people in your life who know you, who love you, and who see the truth of who you are. Those relationships are your foundation. Those connections are what matter. And the Ten of Cups is reminding you to focus your energy on nurturing those bonds rather than getting lost in the chaos of this conflict. This card is also about legacy and what you are building for your future. When you look back on this time in your life, do you want to remember it as the period where you got dragged into endless drama and fighting? Or do you want to remember it as the time when you chose your peace, protected your energy, and kept moving toward your dreams despite the obstacles? The Ten of Cups is calling you to choose the latter. In terms of your reputation and your honor, the Ten of Cups says that people who matter will see the truth. Your character is going to speak for itself through your actions, your choices, and how you carry yourself through this difficult time. You do not need to fight dirty or stoop to anyone's level to defend your name. You just need to keep being who you are, keep showing up with integrity, and keep building the beautiful life that you are meant to have. The Ten of Cups also suggests that this situation, as painful as it might be in the moment, is actually clearing the way for something better. Sometimes we need conflict to reveal who is really in our corner and who is not. Sometimes we need confrontation to set boundaries and establish what we will and will not tolerate. This experience is teaching you something valuable about protecting your peace and being selective about who you allow into your inner circle. So here's what I want you to take away from this reading. Cancer. Yes, someone is upset with you. Yes, they are probably going to make their feelings known in a way that feels uncomfortable or even unfair. Yes, there is going to be conflict and tension around this situation. But you are not defined by their anger or their narrative. You know your truth, and that is what matters most. The cards are telling you to stay in your Six of Swords energy and keep moving forward. Do not get dragged back into the chaos represented by the Five of Wands. Hold on to your High Priestess wisdom and trust your inner knowing. Be mindful of the Nine of Swords tendency to overthink and worry, and instead keep your eyes on the Ten of Cups promise of peace and fulfillment that awaits you on the other side of this. Your name, your honor, your reputation are all going to be intact when this is over because you are going to handle this with grace and maturity. Let this person say what they need to say. Let them process their feelings however they need to, but do not let their storm become your storm. You have worked too hard to find your peace, and you are not going to let anyone steal that from you now. The universe is putting honor on your name by blessing you with that Ten of Cups energy, by surrounding you with genuine love and support, and by guiding you toward a future that is so much brighter than this temporary conflict. Trust the process, trust yourself, and trust that everything is unfolding exactly as it should for your highest good. I hope this reading brought you some clarity and some comfort, Cancer. Remember that you are protected, you are guided, and you are loved. Keep moving forward with your head held high.